How's it going, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you're not, though, you know the vibes as we get into round one of our locals. You got me! Instead of testing the deck that I should be playing instead, I wanted to roll some dice and play some gacha. So we are playing Ragnaloardmon. Still without its promo because Lamau, that's still shadow banned to January. The things I could do with this deck if I was not forced to wait. Both of us getting tamers on the other side. We actually get an Agumon slam to the field, searching for a hit, and it's not going to be sticking as an Agumon for long, going up into Greymon so it doesn't die to a tier Ludamon inherit. Looks like we're going to go into the Raiji Ludamon. The black source is the most important part for this matchup, something that I think was neglected a little bit. You can see I kind of approached this as just a means of getting these Digimon that can't be deleted. VictoryGreymon is actually the build that Warlord is playing. Whilst obviously it does make use of the Greymon package, the Thai Greymon package is just very, very solid. So even with a little bit of a sillier top end, the deck is still very, very solid. Enough good pieces in a deck is all you need to make the deck good. No, gonna see that Metal Greymon pass over, and it's gonna take back one. Not that it matters because we do have the hero memory tamer. Zubamon in the back. Are we going to try and... yeah, looks like we're trying to scam something. So, annoyingly, the 5k with the inherit and also the tie pushes it to 7. Meaning it's not actually going to die to the Zubamon pop. I'm going to use the Ludamon, play it to the field, which is going to gain back the memory. Slide it under, which is going to give it blocker. And it's just going to block. Oh, did I not do the... oh, I didn't do the thing I was supposed to. I could have... I was supposed to free play something off with the Zubamon, but I didn't. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't, but that's a miss. There's a lot of moving parts that happen, so that's my bad. Either way, Ragnar with the reboot makes him very, very dangerous. He doesn't have protection against enemy Digimon effects though, because we don't have the Bryway. See, opening some pre-release packs, we did have some interesting participation stuff this time. Gonna see the Metal Grey, gonna gain a memory off the tie. I'm not actually sure why we popped the boost so early. I mean, we are gonna get Trident Guides, so ultimately it does clear everything. And because it popped something that was big, gonna burn top card of security as well. Gonna push out the Zubamon, gonna go into Super Eager, and then we're going to go Raiji again to protect it against deletions. I think we're just pushing out in order to try and get the memory inherit live, as well as I'm pretty sure we have another rookie that we can just play in the back. See that starter deck, one in the back. I'm going to be going 9k 2 checks, dies on the first one though, so Veemon going to keep us safe. Start building up the second Greymon. And considering going into the raid body, but again, this is where having raid on the Zubamon would be fantastic because we, outside of the 5k delete, you just really don't have anything that you can do. You see, we reveal it there, but there's no point. We're just going to play it, gain back the memory, and we're going to get the protection now. But we don't have a red level 6. So what we can do is we can drop the we can drop either the Ludamon, or we can play the Zuba. Gamba plays the Juramon. Very, very nice. Agumon in the back. So the safer play was obviously to go for the Searcher Ludamon and start digging for pieces. But instead we are looking for a little bit more. I'm going to gain back that memory as we do go into the Rise Grey X. Just going to once again swing for 2 checks. We are just going to let it through. Because we don't actually want this Raiji Ludamon to die. As much as the Juramon is there, the Raiji Ludamon is just a body that he can't deal with. And as long as it doesn't reboot, then we would be able to swing over it. But Blackwall Grey X. It is there. 4 checks on board. The problem again though is we just don't have the level 6. If we have the level 6, this is like super game. I'm going to go reset the protection thanks to the X antibody placing a card in the sources. So it now has protection again. I'm going to play the Zuba. Zuba goes underneath, check top cards. Spada underneath. Place the field, gain 2 memory thanks to the 2 inherits, and we are going to digivolve as well. We've gained some pretty decent value. Gonna go into the Ragnaloard, which is then gonna go for the Blitz. Check top 3, the Spada is gonna add itself to hand. Thinking about it, I'm not really sure why I went for that one. I think I wanted the Blitz check, and it does hit security, so it does unsuspend. I think I just wanted the Blitz check for an extra turn, because this is where I would be giving up frequent turns of protection. Because the Ragnaloardmon has given it full protection, and then it's protected from enemy Digimon effects, so we're still nice and safe. Raiji obviously can't be deleted, but we didn't really see much chip into the body. Like, thinking about it, instead of blitzing, I probably could have just gone for a couple of checks, just to take some bodies off board. And the Ludo was going to die anyway, so like, once I got the memory back, I probably should have just gone Ludo. Ludo is going to pop the Duramon, but it can't pop anything else, thanks to having the full turn of protection. The things, again, are kind of awkward. I'm going to go into Freeway, which is, of course, going to find the 2 level 6s, which is then going to find a Ragnaloard, as well as a Ludamon searching for another one. So an unfortunate hit there. We were kind of just one draw off, but we couldn't really find a way to get the draw. If we'd swung with the Ragnar first, then we would have actually found the Duramon, but even then, it's a little too late. We're going to make sure that it's going to be swinging over Omni, but unfortunately, we are going to hit the X antibody. And we are going to burn the final card of security, which is very annoying. X antibody, of course, a card that scams from the memory. It's not something that you really can play around in that situation. There's nothing I could have done better outside of just have Duramon. Like, if I swing first and have Duramon, then I know for sure that I'm chilling. But I mean, again, like, those 2 bodies come out just because Brewer has no protection because the Digimon that was played didn't go under the sources, and because I'd burned X antibody already. Although he doesn't use the effects to try and like spin something. He's given us a lot of memory, so the idea is to just try and crack back over it. Unfortunately though, the Omnimon is too big to swing over with Ragnar. Otherwise you try and swing the Ragnar to clear it. Although it does, yeah, because that's protection from effects, but not protection from thing. So I can't double hit it. Again, we're just kind of searching through, seeing those pieces we bottom decked before. Running out of cards. It's going to take the block. And now we've committed a lot as well to make sure we didn't die to an Omni X in security. So we're going to go for a raw swing. It is going to hit the 2, which is then going to unsuspend. Nothing to burn, though. The main problem is we don't have a form of reboot here, so we can only block 1 attack. We're still going to try and see if we can maybe go into Tidamon. But we are going to hit the Jura, which is going to play back, and then it does not matter, because he should just be able to swing. Yeah, if we hit Tidamon, then we can get the reboot, which then gives us a second block. But we are going to use the Ragnar off of the tie to unsuspend it, because it does have blocker, which is a cool little tech. Doesn't come up very often, and he's just going to keep things simple, hit the Greymon X antibody. Which does mean his next Evo is going to be super cheap as well. Just 1 cost. And again, as a reminder, we don't have protection. This antibody wanting to drop that underneath. see a Hades Force, which... Hades Force will do that. Right. So, I mean, if Hades Force you can pick a different target, then yeah, that clears up, and that's game 1. Alright, we are going to be starting game 2. Having actually read Hades Force, that last play actually wasn't correct. I don't think it matters in the long run, we're too far behind, but Hades Force is pick a Digimon with Greymon in its name, which Omnimon X Antibody is not. So the Rise Grey is 7 play cost, so it can't delete the Brewer. So that actually should have kept us off of the lethal check, which again, I don't think matters in the long run, but it is something to note that that game 1 could have gone differently. I'm going to use a hero on this second turn. Both of us just setting up memory tamers to make sure that there's going to be no choking back and forth. Going to see a Metal Greymon played, but again, with no raid, there's no way to punish this. Everywhere. Yeah. Is going to reveal. We're going to play the Teriermon, but Teriermon, we just play it to the field to try and threaten a very fast wide board. But we've actually given up protection now as a result. And that's something that is a huge mistake, because the VictoryGreymon here can come down for 4. And then VictoryGreymon can pop the Teriermon, and as a result, it can then pop the next highest, which obviously is the Brewer, which doesn't have the protection because we played the Teriermon to field, didn't slot it under. So big mistake there. Definitely not. The problem is we didn't see enough of the VictoryGreymon before. If we'd seen the VictoryGreymon a little bit more game 1, then I probably would have like reread the card a little bit more. But that is definitely my fault. VictoryGreymon gonna live, and we're going to reveal top 3. Just double checking how big the VictoryGreymon is. We're going to take the plug-in to hand as well as the Durandamon. Gaogamon X Antibody, going to find 1 target and bottom deck 2. Vaccine X in the back. And then we are going to go into the Metal Greymon. So we've got 3 bodies on board and 3 memory to play with. I'm going to draw and then evolve into a 3 cost without paying its cost. Then we're going to crack. And we are going to put the... We are going to put the Duramon. Yeah, we're going to keep the Spartamon on top. We're going to swing, reveal top 3. It's going to bottom deck 2 level 5s. Play the Sparta, gain the memory. We are going to Digivolve that. I'm going to swing over it because something's gone under it. We're now 14. We can swing over it nice and clean. And then we are going to play the Zubamon, which is then going to clear the body, passing over the exact 3. But again, we don't have protection or anything like that, which is a slight problem. Ludamon's probably dying here. Yeah, Metal Greymon X, gain back the memory. Costs 1, but not really. And the Yuga's going to give it option, protection, all that nonsense. And then again, VictoryGreymon pops 1, pops both. Bit annoying, but I mean, there's not really much we could do. He was going to get 3 memory anyway, so once again, we clear board, and then he clears it straight back. I think the only other thing I could have maybe done is to go into the Ragnaloardmon, but even then, Ragnaloardmon wouldn't have had protection. Without the Brewer, like, we just can't do... Like, without the black cards, you just can't gain the protection. Again, we're pretty far behind because of that opening mistake. If that opening mistake hadn't happened, we would have had a body on board that just continued to, like, be able to threaten. Again, gonna find 1. And this time we do find the Brewer, and we kind of have to take it because Baihumon's just kind of a gamble. He's only got 3 bodies on board, so he's only going to be burning 1 if we do it that way, and we're not exactly gone wide enough to put any pressure on. Going to bottom deck 4 off the red memory boost, which is a bit unfortunate. All them cool boys. And we are definitely running low on time. No, just clarifying the DP, because I think in the first game it was a lot of like reminding him to declare the blocker and DP. I think I was doing less of that this game. Alright, we're gonna crack one to set up the float, but unfortunately we don't have enough. And we have to play the Zubamon, which is incredibly annoying because we would have preferred to play the non-delete level 5, but we need the protection. And then Beast again getting popped very, very early. Getting the DP. Although we're not really in deletion. Thankfully there's no inherit raids, so we're not really in danger of getting raided over. Which is obviously a threat in regular Greymon, but it's the VictoryGreymon. Just having frequent pops is just what it is. So it's going to be making its third check. It's a Ragnar. It's one clear of it thanks to the Taiki. Taikamiya putting in work. Going to have the Black or Grey, which of course is going to have the reboot, and it does have the redirect as well. Going to swing for the 2 checks and puts us on lethal. And an Agumon passes over exactly 3 memory. So 3 memory to somehow make it work. And it is a 20k redirect, which is kind of mucho cringo. So I think we're just finding out exactly how much everything is, and also if I can force a way to try and cheat things out. So we can Legend Arms Alliance for 4. Play our Sparta. Gonna get the D-Digivolve so it no longer has the redirects. We do gain the memory back. Then we're gonna go into a Ragnar. Gain back another. And then I think we swing to clear the Victory Grey. And then we delete the 3k thanks to the inherit. So we do get a clear here. The question is just whether we can find a second one. The answer is no. We do have the reboot and we're going to have double block available. The question is now, without extra DP buffs, can he actually give himself one? He forgot to declare the blocker and DP here, so he is still at the 8. So I was thinking about doing the swing evo, but without declaring the 1k DP, he is he actually will crash on a Black or Grey. Although I did let him take, he did take the draw. Yeah, I didn't even see that he took the Koromon draw, so technically we should have just traded. Yeah, technically we should have just traded. I mean, technically, really it doesn't matter. We were going into time very, very soon. There's not much we can do in this situation. Ludo is going to Gumba. Gain a memory. Swing. Alright, yeah. I guess we do run out of time, so that is going to be it. Unfortunate way to end it, but still. Interesting matchup to say the least. Greymon box very, very solid. And if you like seeing a little bit more variety on the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.